Welcome back to another video, and today's video is about an update on the S1000. It's been 10,000 kilometers with my 2022 S1000RR, and I wanted to go over the pros, cons, problems, and things that I've encountered with the bike that maybe you guys might find useful. Off all the mods for you guys on this 2022 BMW S1000RR. It has a full Akrapovic titanium headers and exhaust, short can. It has full RPM front fenders, side fenders, rear hugger. It has a Puig double bubble windscreen, quad lock, full wireless charging system. It has the full EvoTech protection on the side fenders, the front fork area, and the rear. It has a TST set of taillights, TST block-off plate, and TST license plate relocation. I did a full custom padded seat from Vendetta Project, and I put a tank grip on, and I also did Rizoma aftermarket, I guess you could say copycat mirrors with the turn signal integrated into them. How has this bike fared over 10,000 kilometers? Some of the things I've done for comfort and ergonomics has been the seat and the windshield. And the reason I got the double bubble was because of the airflow, so I can do long touring. I did not change the levers on the bike. I left the levers as they were, as I found them comfortable. I have the heated grips. Heated grips have been phenomenal, and I feel as they've gotten hotter over time with usage. In terms of seat, as I said, I put some extra padding in the seat, but if you really want to go with an OEM route, you can get the M comfort seat for this bike. Now, in terms of 10,000 kilometers of usage, wear and tear, there has been certain wear and tear on this bike. The front has taken a little bit of beatings with rock chips on the front air intake nose, and that has kind of peeled some of the plastic. It's very minor, but it's something that is from usage. Besides that, I do wash the bike often. There's a couple of things that I've gone through with this bike, which I'll speak about. I've had the water pump replaced under warranty, and I've had a initially when I bought the bike, I've had a bad, it was one of the switches was not working properly. They switched that out under warranty as well. I believe it was the mode button selector switch. I don't know what was happening with that. Besides that, maintenance-wise, bike has gone in. Tires have lasted me approximately anywhere between 8,000 to 9,000 kilometers from stock. The PSI I run on the tires for the street is around the 36, I think 36 and 38 mark. I fluctuate the PSI depending on the type of ride, but I really monitor my PSIs on the tires because they keep me in check in terms of different styles of riding. How has the engine fared in this bike? How has the vibrations been for 10,000 kilometers? So from beginning to end until now, so from 0 to 1,000 kilometers, the vibrations have stayed the same. The bike is quite buzzy from factory, I'll be honest. When you put a full system on there, after an hour of riding, you will feel a little bit of buzziness in your palms. There's nothing you can really do about that other than just take your palms off and maybe give yourself a bit of rest. In 10,000 kilometers, it still feels really tight. Suspension feels really good. There's no clunking noises. Fork seals are still good, and the bike is performing flawlessly. Pros and cons for this bike. I'll go over what I've experienced in the last 10,000 kilometers. And this is a 2022, so there has been two more variants already released. There's a 2023 and 2024 model that was revised that had the front wings, and the 2025 has some bigger wings and some plastic updates. So, a couple of pros. Ergonomically, this bike is amazing. And I believe that this is one of the best road-going leader bikes you can buy on the market. Is it the best overall bike? I don't think so, because there are other bikes in the competition that I do believe triumph it in certain sectors. But overall, as a road bike, as a leader bike for the average user, I don't think there's a better bike there out on the market. So some of the pros that I've encountered with this bike, which I really like, has been the fact that it has a heated grips, it has the electronic suspension. So if I put it into road mode, dynamic mode, and it has all sorts of race pro modes that I can change different settings in: wheelie control, throttle control, engine control. And so it has a lot of variables to play with, which honestly has been amazing. I've been riding for 16 years, and this is the best road bike, super sport road bike I've ever owned. And that is a big thing to say. A couple of things in the 10,000 kilometers I've noticed is that the TST media is a little bit gimmicky, and they haven't really changed that from 2020 to up to now. And what I mean by that is, if you have a Cardo and the Cardo system is paired in a three-way triangle as the TST module would try to pair it as, then the Cardo controls stop working. Now, I truly believe that if you're on a super sport and if you're on a bike, you shouldn't be trying to fiddle with the actual controls on the screen of the bike, which make no sense. So I don't believe the media system that they've implemented on this bike is the greatest. It is there, it's great, but I would not use it. I completely have it disabled. It doesn't make any sense for me to use it. The other thing this bike lacks is storage. So the back end storage of this bike with the alarm system and the USB, there's barely any space left for even a wallet. So I put a wallet in there and sometimes some small stuff, but there's not much compared to other bikes I've had, which have had deeper back-end storage compartments. And another thing I've noticed with these bikes is that they have come to the market in such a limelight that a lot of people are buying them. So you're gonna face heavy depreciation in the first 2 to 3 years of these bikes. So what that means is more supply means, less demand for used bikes. So when you see these on the used market, they're going to be quite depreciated from what you buy brand new. So buying them brand new on that regard, could be, you could say, a con. BMW's servicing has been amazing. I've honestly never had a better dealership experience with BMW, which is a real big thing to say. They've taken care of all the issues with this bike. They haven't really asked any questions. I am, under warranty and whatnot, but sometimes dealerships do give you a hard time. But the servicing and the ownership experience from the dealership perspective and servicing perspective has been amazing. Now, compared to leader bikes in the Japanese class versus this bike, the modifications are about 2 to 3 times as much. Full exhaust system and a can will run you anywhere between 2.5 to 3 times more than a comparable leader Japanese bike, which is a little bit of a downside if you look at it from a money perspective. In terms of modifications, it doesn't require too much, but it's the generic stuff that most people do that I've mentioned before, and I think the bike is perfect. Now, what I would consider a con for this bike is that I believe that there is certain improvements they can make to this bike that will, allow it to be a better road bike, maybe, but stray away from the track side of things. So I know it's a super sport, so that's not what they're designed for, but the road setting is still a little bit too harsh. So I wish it was a little bit softer, but that's something that I guess, I have to compromise on. Overall, the bike's been great. 10,000 kilometers of fun, 10,000 kilometers of reliability, and I really hope to do more kilometers with this bike. So the big question is, would I buy it again if I had the chance to buy another leader bike? And my answer is yes, I would buy this bike. Now, I'm not a big fan of the 2025 models because of those big wings. I don't know which way the companies are going with that. That's not really my style. So maybe if I was shopping for a 2025 bike, I don't know, maybe I might stray away to another brand. I think some other brands are doing a much cleaner job. But if let's say I had to pick from the 2020, 2024 models, I would 100% buy this bike any day, every day. And the reason being is it has been a dream bike, but also just an overall complete bike. And the thing that I realized with these bikes is that if you take care of them and you service them, they will keep going. 10,000 kilometers isn't a grand scheme of thing, a lot of kilometers in general, but I thought I'd break it at 10,000. So I'll give you a little bit of an update, which an average rider would do in a couple of years of summer riding like we have in Canada. If there's any other questions you guys have, feel free to tell me. I mean, you tell me if you would pick an S1000 or another bike and why and whatnot. Leave me your feedback on that. And the last thing I really want to say is that future plans is I still have parts sitting for this bike that I have to install. I just haven't gotten time yet. I've been really busy with work. I have a carbon belly pan from RPM. I'm actually waiting for the stickers from BMW, the OEM stickers. So these stickers right here, which I'll place back on the RPM carbon belly pan, which will, make it look complete. And besides that, I gotta get some new tires, so I'll change the rubber. And yeah, I'm not really looking to do more mods now on this bike. It's pretty much complete. It's a perfect bike. I'm not going to step it up to any sort of stage 2 or anything like that. I thought about it, but it doesn't make sense for the usage it gets. Just make it look a little bit better, I guess you could say, which I've tried to do, and keep it at that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This was my 10,000 kilometer review of the S1000RR. And if you guys are shopping in the market for one, I highly advise you pick up the best example you can and make the best out of it. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.